Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Welcome to Cranston Stadium from... Alright. Welcome to Cranston Stadium, here in Cranston, Rhode Island. Tim Yeen here, along with Chris, for the first official broadcast of Cranston Sports, presented by Fans Only Sports Network. We are just about to get underway here, as it's going to be the Thunderbolts of Cranston East facing off against South Kingstown, the South Kingstown Rebels. Cranston East trying to make a good impression on homecoming night, while South Kingstown is going to try to steal that hopefully happy crowd away from that. Chris, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Tim. I'm doing good. Both teams coming into the affair very similar in terms of records. However, one has one win in the win column, the South Kingstown Rebels, sitting at 1-1 on the season. Cranston East, those Thunderbolts, sitting at 0-2 right now. They're definitely looking to get themselves a win, especially from the home crowd tonight, which I must add is we got a good turnout here, man.
Yeah, Cranston East just one win in the past 3 to 4 years. Their lone win coming from West Warwick in a non-league consolation game.
And now, please direct your attention to midfield for the presentation of colors.
Cranston is going to try and look to try to pound that ball tonight, as that running back room is very good. Peyton Janolfi, Adrian Foreman, the rising junior who was a stud at sophomore last year. And the Bolts will be without number 1 Naz Million, the wide receiver D-back.
And now, to honor America, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hats for the performing of our national anthem.
We'll be back shortly with the national anthem.
Cranston East, class of 2023. Please welcome Isabella Ba.
Welcome back to Fans Only Sports Network. Jimmy here along with Chris. We are coming back from the national anthem presented by class of 23's Isabella Ba. And Chris, Cranston looking for their first win. South Kingstown trying to get that second win. What are you trying to expect this game from both these teams?
I mean, based on what we're dealt with right now, based on the look of both teams probably looking even in this one. I mean, what we know from high school sports is it's a lot of run game, a lot of deke and dunk, just power run throughout. So I think for the most part, these teams are going to see what they can establish first on the ground game before they go to the air. But that just depends on what we got for players to watch. And I know, based on what we've seen from South Kingstown for players to watch, you got to look out for Declan Freet, the sophomore quarterback, definitely looking to establish another win for his team on the road. And we heard word about Romeo Cordero potentially playing tonight. He was suited up, but we will see if he actually takes the field.
Yeah, Romeo Cordero, questionable to appear tonight. And it's always quite a surprise to see a starting sophomore at QB. As we await for the results of the coin toss.
And it looks like South Kingstown has won the coin toss. So South Kingstown will win the toss and is elected to defer. Trusting that defense right out of the gate.
Okay, commonly by a lot of coaches trying to get that second half advantage, especially when the offense is the one leading the 2-minute warning. You always have it's always good to have back-to-back drives just in case, to swing some more momentum on your side. Last time these two teams played was in the 2020-2021 school year, the COVID year, in which South Kingstown beat East 34-8. Obviously it was high school, so many rotating rosters. Can't wait to see what this latest edition of Cranston East Football holds for us.
Number 80, Kai Sorlian, kickoff for the Rebels.
Kai Sorlian, the freshman, kicking off for the Rebels.
And number 6, Adrian Foreman.
Antonello Luchetti and Adrian Foreman deep in kick return. Going to start off around the 10-yard line. As Luchetti's going to make a quick cut as he has cleared green and will take it all the way to the end zone for a special teams touchdown.
Wow. What a way for the Thunderbolts to open right out of the gate. You just take it right up the gut on that return to the sideline. Couldn't have drawn it up better on special teams, my friend.
And the second kick return touchdown for Luchetti this season. His last one was last game, in which it was a defeat, but Luchetti brought back a little bit of life to the Thunderbolts late in the fourth quarter with his kickoff return, as things are already starting to go very poorly for the Rebels.
We're not even here we're 16 seconds into the game, and we have our first score. Quite a way to start off tonight.
Thunderbolts going to attempt a 2-point conversion here. They do have a kicker, David White, on the roster, but they're going to opt for 2 instead. Adrian Foreman will punch it in for the 2-point conversion, way wide open as he takes it to the left side. East off to a good start, as already 8-0.
Wow. So, I mean, now you kind of question if maybe South Kingstown should have maybe elected to receive that coin toss as opposed to deferring. It might come to bite them.
Yeah. A pretty solid decision from first looks at it, but, you know, now that everything's played out, not looking too good right now. As the special teams unit for Cranston East will run onto the field.
Number 7, Daquan Foster, to kick off for the Thunderbolts.
And it's actually be the quarterback for the Thunderbolts, Daquan Foster, kicking off.
And remind me, who was the number of the player that got that touchdown on the return?
4.
Number 4, yeah, Antonello Luchetti. That was just a great return by him. We'll see if we can see something similar from South Kingstown.
A squib pick from Foster will have the Rebels returning it to past the 45-yard line in their own territory.
Taken down by number 8, Isaiah Romaine.
As we take a very early look at the Rebels offense, and definitely an unexpected start to the game so far. But hey, it's homecoming night, you never know what will happen. Will be 1st and 10 from SK's 47. Under center is the quarterback, number 4, as it's going to be a handoff, as he has wide room to run.
Phoenix Ward, the ball carrier.
That's the senior Phoenix Ward on the chain moving run, as he'll take it to enemy territory.
Gain of 16 on the play.
Already starting that march downfield with a big 15-yard gain right there.
1st and 10 for South Kingstown from the Cranston East 37-yard line.
And just great holes right there. That old line just really setting the tone early.
Well, we're handing it off, and it's going to be a shorter gain.
Number 8, Amani Boma, the ball carrier. Stopped on the
That's
play,
Amani
number 6,
Boma,
Adrian Foreman.
the junior.
Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down, 6.
It'll be 2nd and 6, as South Kingstown looks to strike back from the early and try to come back from the early deficit. Number 5 in motion, as it's going to be a handoff once again. 3 straight so far.
Number 17, Swan's the ball carrier.
They're going to spot him short. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 now. And I mean, they've really been leaning on Phoenix Sword, number 7 there, to kind of lead the charge forward.
3rd and 2 from the
And Sword was actually, I believe, a junior last year. I believe him seeing him play a classical last year. He just had a lot of power.
Yeah, and Classical was one of those tougher teams to beat last season. They won the D2 championship, so it's good to see some good running from Sword. As it's going to be number 5 on the handoff, and
he's
he will
in.
almost go in for the touchdown, but instead will be flipped over. Isaiah Carter, the senior, bringing it to the red zone and close to scoring. That'll be Elijah Belmont on tackle. 25-yard gain will bring them to the 5-yard line. Correction, 4-yard line. Another motion has to be another handoff. Rebels coming into that run game early, but it won't get them much. Just a yard there.
And right there, just good job by East to really swallow up that running back on the point of attack. However, it took like at least three of his teammates to really stop Sword in his tracks. Sword, big power back, and they're going to keep feeding it to him.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. Number 5 in motion once again. That's going to be a handoff to him. And we'll go for a touchdown. Rebels. Isaiah Carter.
They've been running that swing route, or should I say they've been sending men in motion the whole night, and they've really just been testing this Cranston East defense, and it's just been working to perfection. That's just a great play there by number 5, Isaiah Carter, punching in for 6 for the Rebels, and now they're going to look to tie this one up after that big kick return for the touchdown by the Thunderbolts.
And after a promising start by the Thunderbolt special teams unit, the defense seems to be lacking a little bit, as they're going to attempt to try and tie the game with a 2-point conversion. In motion again. A toss, and we'll get the conversion.
The conversion is good.
Beaumont on the conversion, as it will be tied quickly, 8-8, with 8:20 left in the first quarter. You are watching Cranston East football on FOSN, as let's try and get a look at our sponsors.
So tonight's game's brought to you in part by 401 Strength and Fitness. Call at 401-270-3009. By Joseph Lammy, attorney at law here in Cranston, Rhode Island. Go to josephlammy.com. By Odyssey Health. Visit them at odysseygi.com. And then finally by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by signing up for RR Elite Recruits today. And that concludes the word from tonight's game sponsors here in the first quarter of action.
Going to get back into game action. Sorlian going to kick it off again. It's going to be a short one, and it's going to be recovered by the Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts recover the kick by number 53, Tim Calixto.
Tim Calixto recovers the ball, the junior linebacker plus punter. You've seen him punt some bombs this season. It's just a part of Cranston East's effort to provide some stellar special teams plays. Yeah,
and the special teams really did its job there to start off the game. This is the first we've seen of the offense, so Cranston East, they're going to need to set the tone if they really want to show that they've got what it takes when it comes to taking the lead away.
Number 81, Alexandro Duffy, running onto the field, 2 wide left. As going to be a handoff to Ganofi, as he's going to try to push his way for a couple extra.
Taken down by number 9, Jordan Shalou.
Jordan Shalou in the tackle. It's going to be a gain of 3.
Second down, 7.
Yeah, a nice little 3-yard gain. I mean, right there, Genofi just trying to set the tone. They're going to have to keep this ground and pound going for a little bit until they can establish something solid.
Foster handing it off again. And again to Genofi as he's going to trip his way for a couple extra yards.
Taking down on the play by number 54, Seamus Considine. Gain of 4 on the play. Third down.
3rd and 3.
Gaining consistently 3 yards here. I mean, they're going to need more than 3 on this play here on 3rd down, especially to avoid a 3 and out.
Foster to Foreman as he will get it to the first down marker.
Taken down by number 52, Eric Marceau.
As it looks like that will be an early end to the Cranston East opening offensive drive.
4th and 2 for the Thunderbolts from the South Kingstown 47.
Actually, maybe not.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there.
Got 3 guys in the backfield showing heavy run. As the
And
Rebels
he's definitely
will stop
stopped
them.
short.
And that will mark the end of the opening drive for the Thunderbolts.
Tripped up by number 54, Seamus Considine. Gain of 1 on the play results in a turnover on downs.
Well, that's definitely not the way you wanted to start off that first possession there, especially after that big score. Still early in the affair with just about 6 minutes and 11 seconds, but Thunderbolts quick 4 and out at this point, turning the ball over. Now that defense, they were on their heels that last possession, so Rebels got to use the momentum they had on that last drive going into this one.
Yeah, the Thunderbolts defense, let's just say, has been very underwhelming last week versus D1 Central, and to be fair, it is Central. They lost 44-6. And it's going to be a handoff to number 5, who has open room from the left side of the field.
Tripped up by number 21, Elijah Belmont.
Another man in motion, another quick first down. I mean, this Rebels team, they use the same formation, but hey, if you can't stop it, they're going to keep going to it, and they're proving that right now.
Yep, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's clearly what the Rebels are trying to commit to here. And another motion, as it's going to be a quick handoff.
Number 7,
A sizable chunk of yardage gained there.
taken down by number 69, DeAndre Brown.
DeAndre Brown on the tackle.
Isaiah Romaine. Gain of 4 on the play. Second down, 6.
$5:10 left in the first quarter. Second down at East 28-yard line. Hand off to Carter to the left side. He's going to make a couple men miss. Going to get the first down before getting tackled near the sideline past the 20-yard line and into the red zone.
Carter there, just using that shiftiness to his advantage. You could just see it. He breaks out of that tackle. That was mostly just player reaching out to grab him, but just using the finesse, the speed, took it to the edge, and another first down. They're going to keep going to Carter all day if this is the way it's going to work.
And that run defense is what killed Cranston East 2 weeks ago versus Coventry. Coventry loves running that double tight offense in which they could just hand it off to anybody, just confusing and tiring Cranston East.
Ball's
Gonna be a
loose.
fumble.
Number 7, Phoenix runs the ball carrier. There is a fumble on the play, recovered by the Thunderbolts.
And that'll be the Thunderbolts' possession.
Now that's the turnover that the Bolts needed. I was wondering if he was already down by contact, but I mean, right there, that's just a tough play for Phoenix Sword. He's been swarmed the whole night by this Bolts defense. They have to, I mean, somebody must have said something on the sidelines, tell them to rip that ball out, and they did exactly that. And this is the break that the Thunderbolts needed, especially with those Rebels marching on this last possession.
And now the Thunderbolts inside their own 20 will try to look to take the lead and break this 8-8 tie right now. Foster handing it off to Ginolfi, and he will get pummeled behind the line of scrimmage.
Stopped by number 52, Eric Marceau. Loss of 2 on the play. Second down, 12.
Loss of 2 will make it second down and 12.
The first loss of yardage in the game so far. And I mean, for East right now, this is an offense that we saw in their first possession. Really struggled to drive that ball upfield. Definitely not the start they want here, especially with the South Kingstown. The South Kingstown defense really putting up a lot of barriers in their way. They're going to have to draw up something different on this play.
Maybe a pass this time. They love throwing their quick passes, Cranston East. We'll see what they do here. And it's going to be a run option with Foster. Oh, gonna go for more before being taken down past the 50-yard line.
Now that's the type of play I like to see. Draw up a quick QB draw on the play. And what a run there from number 7. That's Daquan Foster. I mean, Foster, he's seen his team struggle the whole night, puts the team on his back right there and takes it past midfield from that 14-yard line, a gain of at least 30 on the play. Starting from the 48 now.
Read option run perfectly by Foster. Doesn't really rush too much, but when he does, it's for incredible gain. First down at the Rebels 48. And it's going to be a low snap.
Very, very lucky to recover that fumble there, but now we're facing a huge uphill battle for this unit. And no! Wow. Foster was right on top of that ball. I'm surprised South Kingstown was able to rip that free, and now it's going to end up in the hands of the Rebels.
So it's looking to be an incredibly promising drive from that one Foster rush. Has now turned into utter disaster with the center snapping the ball pretty low and South Kingstown just capitalizing on that. Carter in motion again. He'll take the handoff as he's going to make a shift to his right.
Oh!
Before breaking some tackles and finally being taken down.
Stopped on the play by number 10, Alex Jones. Gain of 14 on the play.
Yeah, we're not seeing some low tackles here on Carter. I mean, he's a shifty player, but I mean, with this Thunderbolts unit, they got to get low on this guy because he's just going to be able to ground and pound this ball right up their throats.
Cranston hasn't been able to stop this motion run all night. That'll be Ford on the carry.
Tripped up by number 10, Alex Jones.
Gonna be second down.
Gain of 5 on the play. Second down, 5.
Surprised they're still trusting Swart after that fumble he had earlier, but nice 5-yard gain there. He's been consistent in terms of these small chunk plays, but they've been leaning on both him and Carter to move the ball all night.
Another handoff to Swart.
Number 7, Phoenix Swart, the ball carrier.
As he's going to get a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Taken down by number 10, Alex Jones, and number 26, Peyton Ginolfi.
A critical third down here at Cranston Stadium.
3rd and 4 from the Thunderbolts' 17-yard line.
The Chiefs defense was able to force a fumble on the earlier drive. Can they at least stop it here? Carter in motion once again. He's going to take the carry once again as Carter is going to use his shiftiness and power to force his way for the first down.
Stop by number 81, Alessandro Duffy.
Duffy stopping him.
Gain of 8 on the play is good for South Kingstown first down. 1st and 10 from the Thunderbolts' 9-yard line.
Rebels definitely looking to put on the insurance with the clock running out in these final seconds of the first.
Going to be another handoff to Swart as he will be stopped near the goal line.
Taken down by number 2, Romeo Cordero, and number 6, Adrian Foreman.
And Romeo Cordero, one key player to watch, made the tackle as that would be the end of the first quarter. Game remained tied 8-8. You're watching Cranston East football on FOSN. We will take a quick break.
Please visit our concession stand featuring pizza donated by Silver Lake Pizza.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And
And we are back for more football action here in Cranston Stadium. Score is tied at 8-8.
Number 7, Phoenix Swart, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 8, Isaiah Romaine.
As we have seen absolutely no passing so far from both teams.
Yeah, that's a given here in high school. It's really tough to trust the arm of your quarterback sometimes, especially just in game time period. I mean, for the most part, these kids are just very good at setting the blocks and running the basic plays that you need to in these games.
Going to be 3rd down and goal. East looking for a goal line stop. Going to be a handoff as Cranston East is going to stop them at their tracks, losing yardage as there's going to be a flag.
On the ball carrier, there is a flag on the play.
And that play, I mean, it didn't really look like it was going to gain any steam as, I mean, number 8 there, that was Amani Boami. Just really couldn't find the edge there. It looked like that's what he was trying to gain. And
the Thunderbolts with the horse collar tackle.
Yeah, first penalty of the game. And for the Thunderbolts, it's definitely a deflation, really, of your whole defensive scheme that you just had on 3rd and goal. Could result in a first down for all we know, or gain at least a gain of at least half the distance to the goal here on 3rd and goal.
As we are seeing a packed Thunderbolt crowd tonight. One of the best we've seen these past few years. And a massive upgrade from 2021. It was basically like a ghost town at Cranston Stadium. No offense to our fans, but they did not show up last year. But now, here to support our team in the homecoming game.
Number 17,
As Ward's going to carry the ball.
Stopped by number 21, Elijah Belmont.
As it looks like a goal line stop
Goal for South Kingstown.
is about to be underway here. Just one more play.
From the 2-yard line, good setup here. Rebels in good position to punch one in.
A possible game changer here. Could be a run up the gut.
Number 17, Swag, the ball carrier. Touchdown, South Kingstown.
And it'll be a touchdown, Rebels.
Yeah, Phoenix Sword right there. Call his number each time. They've just looked to him on those deke and dunk runs and just the power run game. I mean, he's just able to put the shoulder down and cover that ball up perfectly. Great security. Hence why they keep calling his number despite that fumble. He's got himself a touchdown.
And the Rebels redeemed their last drive with a touchdown.
The kick is good.
Kick is good
With 10 minutes
from
and 29 seconds
Sorlian.
remaining in the second quarter. South Kingstown 15, Cranston East 8.
Yeah, that was just a very tough drive right there for Cranston East. I mean, they managed to stop him right there in 4th and goal, but it's these mistakes that are really keeping them from where they need to be in this one. I mean, you have that fumble recovery after you recover the Rebels fumble right there. But just silly mistakes by the Thunderbolts so far have deflated their game plan so far to this point. They're really going to have to draw something up here. I mean, they still got 10.5 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. First half going to come to a conclusion soon, but they got to establish a tempo here on this possession.
And that's what you could say for basically the Thunderbolts this season. They've just had really good chances to score or make some huge plays negated by just some terrible mistakes. (15-8) is your score. 10:29 to go in the second quarter.
Back deep for the Thunderbolts, number 4, Antonello Lucetti, and number 6, Adrian Foreman.
Lucetti and Foreman back deep to return once again. Lucetti had that kickoff return touchdown. There's going to be another slip kick as they're going to try and look out for Lucetti. A little bit of mishandled by one of the players, but Elijah Belmont to recover it.
Decent field position, that squib kick right there. I mean, not much you can ask for out of that, but I mean, good spot here for the Thunderbolts just before the 30 at the 28. Need a strong tempo drive here to really get themselves back in the conversation. They're still in this one.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Foster in a pistol formation. It's going to be a handoff and going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage.
Adrian Foreman, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 56, Eric Pierce.
As the South Kingstown front 7 gets to the running back quickly, and it's going to be a loss of 1.
Second down, 11.
Cranston breaking the huddle. We 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 sole to the right, and it's going to be another handoff, and South Kingstown immediately getting to Foreman.
Stopped by number 54, Seamus Considine, and number 7, Phoenix Sward.
Sward helping out on the tackle. Showing he can make big plays on offense and defense.
And they've really just been leaning on this up-the-gut type of run game so far. Back-to-back plays, it just hasn't worked out. That front seven, that front four, I might add, has just been able to stuff up that run. East definitely going to have to draw something up nice here on 3rd down and 12. Long way to go.
About to hit the 9-minute mark. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Foster running to his right, looking to throw, and gets it to the sideline, but it's incomplete.
Foster's pass intended for number 3, Matthew Carey, is incomplete.
I like where the QB's head was at there, but I mean the ball deflected as it was left through the quarterback's hand going over the top, and I mean right there, just towards the sideline. I like where his head was at, but just forced that ball a little too much towards the sideline.
First pass attempt of the game goes for an incompletion, as there's going to be an immediate flag.
It definitely looked like we might have gotten some neutral zone infraction or encroachment going on there by the return team.
And it'll be offsides, as it's going to push the Thunderbolts 5 yards more. Two returners deep for the Rebels. It's going to be a high flyer, as number 3 is going to call for a fair catch. Deshaun Kirby.
Definitely had a little bit of room, but I like the call making that fair catch there to prevent himself from getting killed at all on that return. South Kingstown now in a really good position. Scored on the last drive. And that formation they've been running all night, sending a man in motion or just pounding it right up the gut there with Sward. They're going to keep going to that, baby. That's all they've been running all night long.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the South Kingstown 38-yard line. No deep safety for Cranston East. That's going to be a handoff to number 8, and he's going to mishandle the ball before recovering it.
Monty Beaumont playing with fire there. Fumbles on the handoff, but able to recover it himself and take it up for at least a yard. That's what I like to see there, but East definitely needs to be aware of what's going on out there on the field. That's definitely a recovery they could have made.
We thought it was a game of hot potato, but unfortunately...
It's a good analogy for it.
Fortunately, he realized this is football and quickly recovered it and got a small gain of 1. And it's going to be a huge gain for number 7, Sward, in chase by Cranston East defenders, as he's finally going to be taken down inside the red zone.
It was only a matter of time there. Phoenix Sward, just a beautiful hole right there to run through, right through the A-gap. Just had so much room to work with there. Nearly took it to the house, but that big power back, he's got to run out of steam at some point. Great job there making the tackle, but just a really tough look and just great push there from that O-line to really break that hole.
The East defense getting bullied in the running game right now. They're trying to look to stop the pain. Gonna be another handoff, and he's gonna take it to the left sideline, and will look to be stopped. And it's gonna be another 1st down for the Rebels.
Another great running play right there. I mean, we're just seeing South Kingstown have their way with this Cranston Thunderbolts defense. It's just a tough pill to swallow right now, but a great run from the 18, a gain of 17, puts them right on the 1-yard line here for 1st and goal. And this should just be an easy punch-in for Sward if they decide to go his way.
At the 1-yard line, It looks like it's going to be a QB sneak. And O'Rourke's going to get the touchdown.
And I stand corrected. They decide to give it to the quarterback there, have him do a nice little sneak in for the score. Rebels, great spot for them to go up by 2 possessions now on the day. Just a great all-around drive, capped off by a big run there by Phoenix Sword. And this Cranston Thunderbolts defense, this Cranston East Thunderbolts defense, they've just struggled all night really to just kind of figure out a way to plug those holes up and really just establish that presence on the front 7. Definitely going to have to be something they're going to have to look at, is the way that offensive line is shifting on those run game.
Extra point from Thorlian was good. It's 22-8 now. A reminder to our viewers that after this game, future East athletic events as well as West athletic events will be on the Fans Only Sports website. You can find all the action there and buy yourself a streaming pass to catch all the Fans Only Sports action.
Yeah, 100%. Check out all the action on fansonlysports.com. You'll find any of your favorite live stream games there from any of your favorite teams across the state of Rhode Island. This one, once again, the first official broadcast of Cranston East Thunderbolts football and athletics in general.
Very proud to be announcing the first game, as it's going to be another short kick.
The kick is covered by the Thunderbolts, number 66, Genzi Rodriguez.
Genzi Rodriguez on the recovery.
From their own 41-yard line.
It'll be the Thunderbolts starting from the 41-yard line in their own territory.
If the Thunderbolts really want to get themselves back in the conversation, time about to expire here in this first half. They got to get a quick score now. We haven't seen their offense have one score throughout this entire game so far.
Number 6, Adrian Foreman, the ball carrier.
And this is not the first time we've seen this offense scoreless. In the same Coventry game where they were battered by the run, we offensively failed to capitalize on anything. Their only score is coming from a pick 6 and the previously mentioned Luchetti kickoff return for a touchdown. And so far, the same struggle for East have been showing tonight. Haven't been able to get anything going on the run game. Foster on the carry.
Stopped by number 8, Imani Gomar. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 7 for the Thunderbolts from their own 44-yard line.
There's going to be another 3rd down opportunity here for the Thunderbolts to try and convert. Showing heavy run as somebody's going to jump, and it looks like it'll be on the Rebels.
Yeah, definitely an early jump right there. Getting a little antsy. And I mean, that's definitely a huge break that the Thunderbolts needed on that mistake. Gives them a little bit more leverage to move that ball forward.
3rd and 2 for the Thunderbolts from their own 49-yard line.
Makes it an incredibly easier time for the Thunderbolts to try and convert this. Foreman getting the handoff, and he's going to get taken down for a loss.
Call the name of the man right there. Number 7, Phoenix Sword, going in and making that tackle. The big man coming in on defense to make the play.
No gain on the play.
And now, I mean, the only thing you can do here if you're the Thunderbolts, you're down big. I mean, you're down by 2 possessions. I mean, you have to go for it here, I feel, with time about to expire in this first half. I mean, you wouldn't want to give the Rebels a shot here to drive downfield, especially in this type of real estate. But I feel like that's all we got.
Fourth down here in Cranston Stadium. Heavy run showing again for the Thunderbolts.
Number 6, Adrian Foreman. Stop for a loss by number 54, James Considine.
Just look at that immediately, reading the play immediately. Eric Pierce, I believe that was, or no, that was Seamus Considine, just coming right out into the backfield right when the handoff went down. Nearly had himself a fumble recovery on that play. But now South Kingstown, they trusted everything their defense needed to do. We're seeing them in a great spot now here on that turnover.
And the Rebels offense on the field, trying to make it a 4-score game, as the handoff's gonna go for a good chunk of yardage.
Number 7, Phoenix Swart, the ball carrier. Stop by number 50, DeConte Orlolo. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down, 4.
Gain of 6 on the last play, 2nd and 4. Another motion as Ford's going to get the handoff. Going to blast through the line of scrimmage.
Taken down by number 6, Adrian Foreman.
Another first down. The Rebels keep this slow but meticulous march going. And I mean, you could call it slow and meticulous, but at the same time, there's just so much explosiveness we see from this offense's run game. And we're just seeing them break down these barriers very easily. And they're just going to keep having their way right now.
South Kingstown taking advantage of Cranston East all night. It's going to be a motion carry.
Number 5, Isaiah Carter, the ball carrier.
As Carter won't be
2,
getting
Romeo
much
Cordero.
there.
And number 66, Denzi Rodriguez.
It's probably one of the biggest losses we've seen tonight
Loss of 1 on the play. Second down.
for the Rebels right there. I mean, that's just the break this defense needed. Need another few more of those if they really want to get themselves in a good position going into half. Just a great job right at the point of the attack, reading the play and going right after the man right there.
Number 8 in motion. It's going to be a toss to him. As he's going to get taken near out of bounds.
Taken down by number 21, Elijah Belmont, and number 6, Adrian Foreman.
Nice gain of 4 right there, and despite that, they're going to keep going to Boama. I mean, Boama's had himself quite a night so far. Just sending him in motion between him, Carter, and Sword. These guys are a dynamic trio, I should say. A 3rd and 7. Thunderbolts still have a chance to stop the drive cold in its tracks, especially as we've surpassed the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, all the action coming from those 3 guys on offense. It's going to be 3rd down. We'll see if they make any adjustments. And it's actually be a throw this time, deep down the field. And it's going to be contested and incomplete. O'Rourke looked a little bit hurried there and tried to make the quick throw.
And there he is, the man himself. We were waiting to call that number all night. Cordero, just a great job getting up there in traffic, trying to contest there with Boama. And I mean, right there, that's just the break they needed.
Great job by Cordero to just run up there and break up the pass. That's going to be 4th down play here. With less than 2 minutes to go, this is extremely crucial for East right now. There's nothing to be play action fake. O'Rourke, the check down. Amani Broma
stopped by number 6, Adrian Foreman.
And it looks like
and number 75, Tommy Roach. There's an official's timeout.
there will be an official's timeout on the play, as that's number 8, the receiver, Boma. We're going to take a quick break.
First and 10, South Kingstown from the Thunderbolts 19-yard line.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
There, we can get the drug in the
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
Back here for football action here at Cranston Stadium. The score right now is 22-8. South Kingstown leading big. As it looks like the Rebels got the first down.
Yeah, it was just a great pass right over the middle to number 8. That was Amani Boama. Moami Boma.
A little bit of an injury scare on the last play from Boma, but it looks like he's all right.
Boma in
126 up to
motion.
go. Passing once again, this time complete to number 5, Carter.
Ryan Orr's pass is complete to number 5, Isaiah Carter. Stopped by number 21, Elijah Belmont.
And Elijah Belmont there looked like a deer in the headlights. He was just sitting there waiting for that ball to enter the receiver's hands. Had a chance to contest it, but just watched the ball float right into Carter's hands right there. And another great pass coming from our starter out there today, number 4, Ryan O'Rourke. O'Rourke been doing a good job being the field general here in these remaining seconds.
Yeah, finally, Rebels showing some passes, but not here, as there's no call yet, and there will be a touchdown. Nope, never mind, the ref just wanted the ball.
Just a tough play right there, tough series of plays for the Thunderbolts. Just couldn't really figure out a way to stop this Rebels team that did everything it could to run this clock down. They did it to perfection. Just great game management, great clock management, and just a great series of plays.
And apologies for the missed call. Will be a touchdown, 28-8.
The kick is good.
And the kick will be good.
With 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter, South Kingstown 29, Cranston East 8.
Let's take another quick look at our sponsors for this game. And tonight's game is brought to you by 401 Strength and Fitness. Contact Emerson Kilgore at 401-270-0009. Joseph Lamy, 696 for Average Advancing, josephlamy.com. Odyssey Health, visit them at odysseygi.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by signing up for RR Elite Recruits today.
Number 80, Kai Sterling, to kick off the South Kingstown. Back in for the Thunderbolts, number 4, Antonello Lucetti, and number 6, Adrian Foreman.
Sorlian kicking off again, another squib kick.
Number 21, Elijah Belmont on the return for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, besides from the first kickoff in the night from the Rebels, all we've seen tonight from them are squib kicks, and for an obvious reason, Antonello Lucetti, who had that kickoff return.
First and 10 for the Thunderbolts from their own 42-yard line.
as the Thunderbolts are going to try and make some magic happen within the last 40 seconds of play here in the first half. Ethan Nard coming onto the field. He's showing heavy running. A handoff, which is going to be taken down immediately. Ben Janolfi, the senior, getting absolutely taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 1 on the play. Second down, 9.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to let this clock run out until the half. You can already see the Rebels motioning their way downfield by the looks of it.
And that will mark the end of the first half here in Cranston Stadium. The score here tonight, South Kingstown 29, Thunderbolts 8. You're watching Cranston East Football live on FOSN. We are going to halftime. We'll be taking a quick short break. We will be back once the second half begins. Again, this is Fans Only Sports Network. We'll take a quick break.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. In through the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Borth back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Borth back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, If we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
If they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn,
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
If they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn,
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. To the 5, did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front.
And welcome back to Fans Only Sports Network here at Cranston Stadium, here in Cranston, Rhode Island. Matchup tonight between the Cranston East Thunderbolts and the South Kingstown Rebels. Score sitting at 29-8 here at the start of the third quarter. Tim, it was a really tough first half of those Thunderbolts. They now trail by at least 3 possessions in this one. What are some things you're going to have to do to make this score look a lot less worse than it is right now? Very chopped up sentence right there, I should add. Yeah, the only score of the game so far has been off a kick return. Now for the Rebels, we've just seen everything go their way tonight. They've just been able to establish that run game early, going between 3 different guys here. They're going with Isaiah Carter, Amani Boam, and of course Isaiah Carter. All of these guys really just getting in, setting the table, and just making these key plays for South Kingstown. And so overall, basically, what do you expect from them here in this second half? And now before we get back into the game time action, let's give you tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game's brought to you in part by 401 Fitness. Contact Emerse Kilgore at 401-270-3009. By Josie Lalamy, attorney at law in Cranston, Rhode Island. Odyssey Health. Visit them at odysseygi.com. And then finally by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by signing up for RR Elite Recruits today. So, the Rebels deferred to start off the first half. So the Thunderbolts will send it back to them to start off the second half of action. Getting set for the kickoff here is number 12, David White. And the signal from the referee there by the whistle means we are ready to go here for the second half. Wind knocking over the ball there. And White going to take the trot back. Has the signal ready to go. And the shift all set, and we are back in action here for the second half. Recovered there immediately by number 9, that's Jordan Colax. And the drive will start at about the 45-yard line. And DeAndre Brown making the tackle there, so South Kingston in a very good spot just before the 5 yards off from the 50-yard line here.
First and 10 for South Kingstown from their own 45-yard line.
Yeah. So here on first down, man in motion, that's Carter. They'll give it to Carter as he takes it to the left side. He'll take it to the sideline here, cuts back in towards the field, takes it back up before he's finally brought down. Well, that's about a 4 or 5 yard gain. And a nice play there. Carter making something out of potentially nothing.
Gain of 5 on the play. Second down, 5.
Tiring out's definitely a good word for it. Fatiguing that defense slowly but surely with the shiftiness. And they get set once again under center. O'Rourke with the handoff this time to Boma. And they'll spot him down just at about the first down yard line. And they're going to give it to him. First down. And the Rebels, back-to-back 5 yard gains. They're in business once again. And they'll break the huddle. They fake the handoff to Carter and give it to Sward. Sward's going to gain about 2 or 3 on the play. And I'll bring up about second down and 7. Whole bunch going in once again to bring down Sward. He's just an absolute refrigerator just running up the field tonight. And he's just playing excellent all around. Rebels will look to use that power to keep pounding this ball upfield. O'Rourke under center. Sending the man in motion. They'll give it to Sward again. Whistle called. That'll call the play dead. Flag on the play. And it's going to be a false start against the Rebels. So they'll repeat second down here, but it'll bring up second and 12.
The 5-yard penalty. Second and 12 for South Kingstown from the Thunderbolt 47-yard line.
It's been a pretty clean game so far, but only a few penalties really called throughout the game. And the Rebels come back out after one of their few mistakes in this one. O'Rourke gets set. And you guessed it, Carter in motion. Stepping back, looking to throw. He's got a man downfield, a little over the top and out of reach. Amani Boma the intended receiver. The ball will fall incomplete. And on the and there in coverage was number 2, Romeo Cordero. That'll bring up 3rd and 12. Thunderbolts in good real estate right now to force a 4th down and potentially a punting situation. And Swarm will take it up the left side towards the sideline. He'll go out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th and short on the gain.
Gain of 8 on the play. Correction, gain of 9 on the play.
4th down and 3 on the gain of 9. And Sword, he's just been the go-to guy when it calls to going up the gut. It's either they're going to take it to the edge with Carter and Boma, or they'll take it right up the middle with Sword. We'll see if they elect to go to the edge or up the gut here on 4th and 3. The offense electing to stay out. Carter in motion. They're going to give it to Carter as he takes it to the edge. He'll cut back inside, and he's got enough for another Rebels first down. And the Rebels, despite being slowed down to a 4th and short, they elect to go for it, and they do convert a new set of downs. And the Thunderbolts really watching as this 3rd quarter clock continues to tick away. The clock, their enemy in this one. And flag on the play. That's going to be pushed back 5 yards for a false start. So another false start on this drive. I'll bring up 1st and 15 now for the Rebels as they get set. They're able to overcome the false start from the last series of downs. We'll see if they'll be able to convert here. This Thunderbolts defense has been playing on its heels the entire affair, and has yet to stop this Rebels unit once. So 1st and 15. O'Rourke, the handoff to Sword. Sword to the left side, breaks through one tackle, taking it to the edge. He's got the first down and more. And it looks like that'll be a gain of about 18 on the play. And another Rebels first down. Continuing to make their mark in this one, and making their mark in other games. Let's take a look at what's coming up here on Fans Only Sports Network. We got games all week long, but more specifically this weekend. Tomorrow, hockey at 1 p.m., followed by football tomorrow. LaSalle takes on Central High School. I'll be at that game starting at 1:30, and then followed by football tomorrow at 7 p.m. Some big-time matchups here on Fans Only Sports Network. Another handoff as they take it to the right side. That's Boma as he's thrown down.
Taken down by number 69, DeAndre Brown.
So they did call him short on that last play. He gained 14, Sword. But Amani Boma managing to move the chains once again. And the Rebels convert again for another first down. Sitting on the 21-yard line as they drop back out. O'Rourke motions Carter, and he'll give it to him. Carter taking it to the left. Series of blocks set for him. Spins back inside as he's thrown to the turf. And a gain of about 3. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. Second down, 7.
Second and 7. O'Rourke under center. Sends Carter in motion. He'll give it to Sword. Sword swallowed up immediately at the line of scrimmage. And no gain on the play will bring up third down and 7.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 6 for South Kingstown from the Thunderbolt 17-yard line.
On the 17-yard line. As a man in motion this time. Not the usual you'd see. They do finally send Boma. They'll toss it to him. One tackle missed in the backfield. He takes it to the edge. Does he have the space? He does! Rebels bring it across the goal line for another Rebels touchdown. Amani Boma, another great play by him. And the Rebels continue to find themselves in the driver's seat.
Number 80, Kai Solian to attempt the extra point for South Kingstown.
And whistles called before the snap can be released and the kick can be made. And just telling our coaching staff here on the Cranston East side of the field to step off the field and out of play. Kicker set for the PAT. And the kick, it's shanked wide to the left and right into the turf, actually, before it even crosses that threshold of the goalpost. So no good on the PAT try, but the score sitting at 35-8. And it's really tough to really kind of talk about what's going well and what's not going well in this one, Tim.
Back deep to the Thunderbolts, number 2, Romeo Cordero, and number 4, Antonella Lucetti.
So the Rebels get set to kick it back after a very long possession that took up nearly 8 minutes of this second half. And on the recovery, as he hurdles over the top, still on his feet, he'll finally be brought down just before the 45-yard line at the 43. And so the Thunderbolts will trot back out onto the field for their next drive.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts from their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, we see the East offense in the huddle.
First and 10 from their own 43. Daquan Foster getting set. Foster, he's going to deliver the handoff out of the shotgun, and flag thrown on the play. Definitely looked like a little too high of a tackle, and it's going to be a face mask penalty against the Rebels. This is going to give the Thunderbolts quite a bit of yardage on the penalty.
And that's what the Thunderbolts need, some yardage. lessen the load the offense has to do.
The 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5.
So a 5-yard penalty on the face mask call. That'll be 1st and 5 from their own 48-yard line. Foster in the pistol. And another handoff to the tailback. Takes it up the gut, past the line of scrimmage. It looks like they'll give him 1 on the play. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 4.
Stopped by number 56, Eric Pierce.
As Peyton Ginolfi with the carry.
Ginolfi was the East MVP for the Thanksgiving game last year, in which East ultimately blew a 21-7 lead.
Second down.
Haven't really seen much production from him tonight, as South Kingstown's done a pretty good job of stopping the offense as a whole.
2nd and 4, just before the 50 on the 49. Rebels switch the formation as the handoff to the tailback. He's brought down just at the original at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on the play. Will bring up 3rd and 4. The front 7, great adjustment as they noticed it immediately, flip the play and make the tackle immediately, stopping the play dead in its tracks.
Gain of 1 on the play.
And they'll give him a gain, so 3rd and 3 coming up for the Thunderbolts. And apologies, ladies and gentlemen, as our game clock is actually a minute behind the actual game clock here at the stadium. We'll be sure to adjust that appropriately as time progresses. Foster, he'll throw it to the right side, right into the turf. Ball hits the turf, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. You got to go for it in this situation.
Foster wasn't looking too happy there on that incompletion.
4th and 3 for the
It was either very short or very forced. Either way, stops the clock. It's 2:22 left to go.
Foster heading back out there after discussing it with
Coach Isaiah McDaniel.
Head coach Isaiah McDaniel. See if the game plan works here on 4th and 3. And a jump. An obvious encroachment on the defense. So they managed to draw him off sides by the looks of it, but we'll see if the officials will see it that way.
South Kingstown's been slipping up this 3rd quarter, but Cranston
and they're going to call a false start on the offense.
Yeah, it looks like it. And it'll be actually Cranston East there.
The 5-yard penalty. 4th and 8.
It's going to bring up 4th and 8. It definitely looked like, it definitely looked to me that the Rebels were the ones who caused the penalty. But another flag.
The flag on the play.
And motioning to the sideline over here is our side judge.
And Coach Isaiah wants to know what's going on here.
And they're going to call on sportsmanlike conduct against the Thunderbolts.
So I don't know what exactly happened right there to force the unsportsmanlike conduct, but that number guy is going way back. So just completely forget about the punt.
So 4th and 23, that's a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, just completely forget about trying to convert it here. Unless you just want to try and desperately heave it.
I mean, the only thing you can do here is just take a shot and hope somebody will bring the ball down. Here on 4th and 23, Thunderbolts set in the pistol look. 4 wides on 2 on either side. They're actually going to give it to the tailback as he gains about 2 or 3, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the Thunderbolts drive ends right there. Rebels will head back out onto the field for this one. Just wanted to get a few reps in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn it back over to my man Tim, who's been doing an excellent job all evening long. Tim, welcome back into the play-by-play booth.
Appreciate the kind words. So great to be here on Fans Only Sports Network, as South Kingstown is going to look to run out the clock and potentially score again here in the third quarter. 2:17 to go. Going to be a handoff, as it looks like all the second teamers are in.
Stopped on the play by number 69, DeAndre Brown.
That's the Clan Freed, the backup.
No gain on the play. Second down, 10.
Just a good job by the Thunderbolts front 7 there, really just clamping down on the run game. Looks like a lot of secondary options being brought into the game at this point. Second team options, I should add, as the Rebels have really just been running away with this one. They've elected to put in second team unit.
Second down and 10. Going to be another handoff. That will also go for no gain.
Number 11, Tyler Denicourt, the ball carrier.
This East run defense finally showing some life here, and that's from one point of view, you can see it kind of bad that the only kind of production this East run defense has gotten here is against the backups. Gonna be a toss to number 11. Gonna get taken down for a loss.
Denicourt, the ball carrier.
That's Denicourt with the carry. Duffy on the stop. Less than 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll see if South Kingstown will run it out.
Kingstown from the Thunderbolts' 35-yard line.
It looks like they will. And that will be the end of third quarter action here at Cranston Stadium. Thunderbolts behind, big, 35-8. South Kingstown just demolishing them. We'll take a quick break.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
We're back here for fourth quarter action here at Cranston Stadium. It hasn't been looking good so far, to say the least. 35-8. South Kingstown leading, and as South Kingstown takes a timeout, Chris, can you just describe this game in one word?
Ugly. Ugly in terms of for the Thunderbolts, really. I mean, for the Rebels, this is just a cakewalk. They've just been able to have their way with this team, and they're going to just add another win tonight into that win column to move them up to 2-1 on the season. Cranston East definitely going to have a lot to look at in this locker room going throughout the week, but for the Rebels, they can celebrate with this pick-me-up game right here, especially after their narrow defeat against Woonsocket of a score of 19-15 last weekend. For them, this is a huge, huge, huge win in terms of performance. I mean, in both games, just a narrow loss, but in this one, they can gain some confidence out of this one. For East, they really just need to figure out what the heck's going on with this defense and that offense. Special teams, I have to give a stamp of approval, though, on the night.
Yeah, special teams for Cranston East, A+. The rest of the team, let's just not give a grade. It's going to be a toss, and it's going to be annihilated there.
Down by number 81, Alessandro Duffy, and number 69, DeAndre Brown. The loss of 5 on the play.
We a loss of 5, and it'll be a turnover on downs for the Thunderbolts.
First and 10 for the Thunderbolts from their own 41-yard line.
Definitely a great play for the Thunderbolts defense right out of the gate, just reading the toss play and just able to collapse right on top of it. Offense facing second team unit here. They should have no problem in terms of moving this ball. But only time will tell. We'll see what happens here on this drive.
Even though South Kingstown just had a turnover on downs, they were looking joyful during the huddle.
Timeout, Thunderbolt.
The Thunderbolts will take a timeout. And now's a good time to look at our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you by 401 Strength and Fitness. Contact Emerson Kilgore at 401-270-3009. Joseph Lamey, attorney at law, josephlamey.com, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston. Odyssey Health, visit them at odysseygi.com. And finally by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by signing up for RR Elite Recruits today. And right on cue, the East offense back on the field. And Foster's going to hand it off to Janolfi.
26, Peyton Janolfi, the ball carrier.
He'll take it past the 45 and onto the 47-yard line in their own territory.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second down, 4.
As this crowd begins to depart from the game, it's going to be another handoff to Adrian Foreman, who spins to break the tackle and get the first down.
Stopped by number 56, Eric Pierce, and number 7, Phoenix Sward. Gain of 8 on the play is good for Thunderbolts. First down.
It'll be a first down, Thunderbolts.
First and 10 from the South Kingstown 45-yard line.
Janolfi on the handoff.
Janolfi,
Won't get anything. Just going to get one, actually. It's going to be second down and 9 at the 44-yard line in Rebel territory.
Gain of 1 on the play. Second down, 9.
As the band sounding a little bit unorganized there. A handoff to Foreman, as Foreman's going to get taken down near his lower body. As it's going to be bringing them past the 40 for a 3rd down and 4.
3rd down, 4.
Just a nice little run play there. Puts them in much better real estate on this possession. We'll see if they can get themselves a 1st down and continue marching downfield.
Third down.
Number 6, Adrian Foreman, the ball carrier. Taken down by number 9, Jordan Shalhoub. Gain of 4 on the play is good for a Thunderbolts. 1st down.
Back-to-back 1st downs. Thunderbolts slowly but surely marching up the field. This certainly won't really make a difference in terms of tonight's outcome, but we shall see. We shall see if they can manage to convert here.
Fresh set of downs at the 35-yard line.
Peyton Ginolfi, the ball carrier.
And Ginolfi on the carry.
Stopped by number 7, Phoenix Sward. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down, 6.
Second down. 8:36 left to go. As it looks like there's going to be some broken tackles as Adrian Foreman will push his way through.
Number 8, Amani Boma.
Boma stopping him.
Gain of 6 on the play is good for another Thunderbolts. 1st down.
And back to back to back Thunderbolt 1st downs. Finally some traction going on here. Ginolfi getting some good blocking and going to get another 1st down for Cranston East. They're inside the red zone.
I got to say, that's probably the best run we've seen all night, besides the QB draw there, coming from Foster right there, Peyton Ginolfi. That was just a great up-the-gut run, up to the right side, really, going up the B-gap side. They need to keep establishing plays like that throughout their entire affair, and they'll be in ball games.
Showing heavy run. And the Rebels spot Foreman pretty quickly and tackle him for a gain of 2.
Stopped by number 52, Eric Marceau. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down, 8.
Foster handing it off again.
Peyton Ginolfi, the ball carrier.
Ginolfi with the carry.
Stopped by number 11, Tyler Denacor, and number 3, Deshaun Kirby. Gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down, 6.
Less than 6:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Daquan Foster coming back from the sideline. Be 3rd down and 5. Foster gonna look to run it to the end zone for a Cranston East offensive touchdown.
9-yard run, touchdown, Thunderbolts.
Great play all around from the Thunderbolts there, setting the blocks early, and Foster was definitely looking to to dump that ball off there on the left side, but his man setting himself up with a nice key block, and Thunderbolts back on the scoreboard since the 1st quarter.
And finally, some offensive points scored here.
Thunderbolts will attempt the 2-point
And the Thunderbolts will try the 2-point conversion to try and bring the score to 16. And Janolfi runs right into the blockers.
The conversion rush is no good. With 5 minutes and 50.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish right there. Should have kept stuck to his gut and kept taking up the right side, but he second-guessed himself, tried to take it right up the middle, and there was just a sea of Rebels waiting right there for him. Just a tough break.
And we'll see what Thunderbolts will do, or the Rebels will do next after the kickoff. Fans, make sure that after this game, for future Cranston Athletic games and for all fans-only sports games, you go to fansonlysports.com, fosports.com, I believe, and buy yourself a streaming pass to watch yourself some Rhode Island High School athletics and basically everything. And we see some David White action. It's going to be a deep kick. Will go to the end zone through the bounce, and that will be a touchback.
I mean, at this rate, with 5:55 remaining in this one, all the Rebels can do is just put this game on ice, just continue to run the clock out as much as possible as they did in that third quarter. And they'll be able to take that bus ride back to Southern Rhode Island in style with a nice victory tonight.
Reminder, the score is 35-14. Rebels will have it at the 20-yard line. As number 69 of the Thunderbolts not really knowing what to do there, as it's going to be a run.
Ball is carried by number 28, Giselle Kirby. Stopped by number 74, Brady Kitterick, and number 4, Antonello Lucetti. Gain 3 on the play. Second down, 7.
And for both teams in the next game, South Kingstown will play versus Portsmouth on the 30th. It will be a home game for them. For Cranston East, they will also play the 30th when they visit Barrington in a league matchup.
Denver, the ball carrier. Tripped up by number 13, Juan Carrion. No gain on the play. Third down.
It'll be third down.
7.
And at this point, we're just letting clock run. We third down. We'll see if East can try and get a stop. It's going to be a run by the quarterback, Preet.
Ball is carried by number 10, Declan Preet. Stopped by number 50, DeConte Malolu, and number 69, DeAndre Brown.
3:40 left to go. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Rebels.
Kingstown first down. First and 10 for South Kingstown from their own 30-yard line.
First and 10. Freed under center. Gonna be a handoff as there's gonna be a major loss of yardage, but there's a flag on the play.
Thrown down on the play by number 13, Juan carry on. There's a flag on the play. Holding against South Kingstown.
They'll be holding against South Kingstown. East will decline it, however. Less than 3 minutes to go here as the clock will continue running. It'll be second and 20.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there. Looked like the running back was trying to do a little too much in terms of trying to find that edge, and he tried to cut back into the backfield. Results in a loss of yards there. Great job by the Thunderbolts to swarm on top of that.
.225 left to go. Rebels offense trying to tell itself what to do. Looks like it'll be another handoff and might be a fumble. And there's a player down.
Recovered by the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts recover, but with injury on the field, we're going to take a quick ad break. And we'll be back.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's gonna be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. To the 5, did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through, first down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boards back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal. Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Power.
Back here for the fourth quarter here after the injury, and this late in the game, it always sucks to see an injury happen.
Luckily, it appears to be all right. Just a slight limp there, but hopefully he'll be okay for next week.
As Cranston East will come back onto the field, and we see Alexis Franco in the game, continuing the Cranston tradition of having a female player on the football team
10 for the Thunderbolts.
last year
From the South
for
Kingstown
West.
22-yard line.
The kicker Maddie Owls was kicking for them and doing a pretty solid job.
Stopped on the play by number 44, Aiden Plant. Loss of 2 on the play.
And it'll be a loss of 2.
12.
And
Number 18, Anthony Desjardins, the ball carrier.
number 18 going to be taken
Cross
out of bounds.
Number 3, Deshaun Kirby. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down, 13. Flag on the play.
It will be a flag on the play. 43.5 to go. As this game will be all but over at this point. And no announcements of the call there. It'll be 3rd down. And the backup quarterback Shagnon mishandles the snap there. As we will approach the end of the game, your final score, South Kingstown 35, Cranston 14. We thank you, the viewers, for watching this very first edition of Cranston Football on the Fans Only Sports Network. We thank you for joining us, and as always, you can always view more games on fosports.com. This has been Tim Yeen and Chris. Remind you the final score 35-14. Have a great weekend, everybody.